Auzubillahi minash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalatu wassalamu ala rasulihil anbiya'i mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Qul rabbi zidni ilma qul hal yastawil ladzina ya'lamuna wal ladzina la ya'lamun. First of all, please forgive me because my video has no effective color. I have no iPhone and another costly device, so I'm sorry to deliver my speech because my phone don't work like as another glorious or costly device. So I'm very sad. Today's our topic is that Ukraine and Russia clash. You know that from 23rd February, Russia attacked Ukraine and it's became a very dangerous clash between them, and from these days till now the world in a crisis moment. The countries of the world are divided in three portions. Some of them are with Russia, some of them with Ukraine, and some are neutral. So there is a Cold War. We can say that there is a Cold War between those who are not involved in Ukraine and Russia war directly, but they have created a very cold war in this situation. What is the reason behind suddenly Russia attacked Ukraine? But if we say that, it is certainly it will be wrong for us, because it's not a matter of suddenly which was happened from 23rd February. It has a long history. If we go back the history of Ukraine, we can see that once upon a time Ukraine was a part of USSR, Union of Socialist sorry USSR means Union of Soviet Socialist Republic. Once upon a time there are 15 countries adjust with each another, and those 15 countries are called USSR. We know that in 1989 USSR was broken out, and the world got 15 countries, free 15 countries, and from those days Russia was the main portion of USSR, and once upon a time we know that Russia was an socialist country. But after in 1991, the last free country from USSR, Russia became a capitalization country. So from then those who has got freedom from USSR, 15 countries, Russia invited them to join with each another, and we know that 11 countries accepted the proposal of Russia, and those countries made a international organization named CIS, Commonwealth Independent Countries. And Poland, Ukraine, uh, Poland and Ukraine did not join the CIS group. I think that from those days and from this year, there was a clash between Ukraine and Russia. We know that when Ukraine became independent from USSR, they was the third largest countries of the world which carry atomic power and atomic bomb and atomic energy. And from them, they have a great history in the cultural and the political and in the social development of their own nation build up. And for your information, I want to say that about 80% of Ukrainian people are related to the Russian people because they are the same ethnic group of the Russia USSR. So there was a great connection, the people of Russia and Ukraine. Some of them are agree with Kremlin and some of them are agree with Kiev. But most of the people are separate from Russian nation. They are Ukrainian and they have own lifestyle in their own country. So day by day, when Ukraine became a powerful country in the world, Russia thought that we we have a great uh, enemy in our circle and in our border, so we will not and we will not, if we don't give attention to the rising system of Ukraine, it will be dangerous for our country. Sometimes Ukraine wanted to join NATO group. You know that NATO means North Atlantic Treaty Organization. After the finishing of Second World War, it was established on 4th April 1949, and the USA was the main entrepreneur of NATO, and they made it to stop the rising power of USSR or Russia. So, Ukraine and Poland and the other countries of Europe wanted to join NATO to uh, save to become save their to become save their border from Russia and other things. But Russia wanted that if uh, if Poland, Ukraine, and other countries join NATO, it will be a threat to the national security for of Russia. So they every time they forbade those countries who are agreed to join NATO, that they think that they are joining NATO and it will be dangerous for them. By the time Russia giving threat to those countries, and Ukraine is one of them. Nowadays we think, is it the sign of Third World War? And is it the sign of the end of the earth? No, no, no. I think that it is the not sign of Third World War. I think whenever Third World War will broken out, the situation of the earth will be not like those these days. And these days is has a long distance from now, because you know some there are some sign of the Third World War. So what is the solution of the clash of Ukraine and Russia? I think that the solution is on the table. If the great person and great leader of the world became aware and called a meeting like in US, UNO, or European Union, or the other great organization of the world, and they became a meeting. They made a make a meeting to the they, they make a meeting to stop the war uh, through reunion or reform the relation of Ukraine and Russia. It will be better for them. And nowadays the Turkey's president Recep Tayyip Erdogan is trying to stop the war. He called the president of Russia Vladimir Putin and the president of Ukraine Vladimir Zelensky that we want to meet with each another and stop the clash of Ukraine and Russia. So it is the solution that if Russia and Ukraine sat on a table and make the policy, how can they stop the war and how can they reduce the clash and how can they stop this peace in Ukraine, it will be better. And we don't want to see the third world war. And UNO, OIC, European Union, and other great organizations can take the instant and initial step to stop the clash of Ukraine and Russia. Thank you. No more today. We will come again soon to stop the clash of the world. How can we stop the clash of the world? So, thank you.